सॉरी सॉरी क्या?
रिस्पेक्ट रेफरी है ना वो
हाँ,
बोर्ड,
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा।
उसका भी कोई बोल दो ना,
ठीक है।
रेफरी आर बिग पार्ट ऑफ द मैच,
ओके
यू
ओके
शुड
ओके, बोल
रिस्पेक्ट देम,
देंगे। ओके
दिस
ओके।
दैट।
डन।
ओके।
ओके डन।
After a slow start in the last game, your team made a very strong reply against Bangladesh, especially in the second half. What's going to be the approach right from the start tonight?
Thank you. At first, as you mentioned, we had a very slow start against Bangladesh, but today is a different day. So, what happened was in Bangladesh match, we arrived here and less than 24 hours we have to play our first match. So our players were very tired, and there is the reason. We had a slow start, but today is a different day. We have been here for 3 days, and we have had very good training sessions here, and we have analyzed Bhutan match, and we have made our game plan, and our players are aware of the game plan, and they are very motivated, and they are ready to win the match.
And lastly, your team can make it even with a draw tonight. So does that put you in a bit of a relax zone?
No, to play for a draw it's too risky. We want to win the match, and all the players also they are also ready to win the match. So hopefully we will win the match and we will advance to semi-final.
Thank you so much.
The entire setup that continuously supplies a lot of talent. It is an example of what other nations ask. Side, they arrive, going to be an enthralling battle. We've got two sides with so much of quality, and Bhutan, for me, one of the most balanced sides in this tournament.
In the last game against Bangladesh, your team made a rusty start. So how you wanna address that mistake in the tonight?
Yes, every match is a lesson, and we are taking we took a lot of feedback from first match, and we are determined and focused in this match now.
And lastly, does the pressure of qualification weigh heavy on your shoulders?
Obviously, there is pressure, and I take this as a challenge, and like what I have mentioned before, we are determined and focused in this match, and we hope for the best result.
Thank you so much.
And Maldives, this And will Maldives shade the tag of being the dark horses? A massive fixture. A second round of group games for both Maldives and Bhutan. So many layers, many big names at the furnace. Big chance for teams which narrowly missed out over the last few years in the group. Chance for them to make it count this time around. And there is no room for error, no room for complaint in terms of making it into the semi-final. It will be such a close battle and a big test as well for Ahmed Shakir and company. Sonam Demdup, and he aims to guide Bhutan to the semi-final for the first time in their history. And that task starts tonight for him. Not a decent outing as a head coach, but this is a different kind of a test. Rinzin Doji, Ham Tenzin and Keldon Doji have all stayed back, and all the part they took as a team factored into the math of Bhutan's identity. They line up now into this green canvas for the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of Maldives. And now the national anthem of Bhutan.
For Maldives, their present and their past. Shakir's return is not the only one. Mohammad Shamhan back in the familiar territory, really protecting the back four. But Bhutan, somehow they falter, or they seem to falter every time they play well. In the next couple of weeks, they fall and they drop points. It is that inconsistency that has been punished. And it is that consistency and the search for it still evades. Now let's have a look into the lineup of Maldives. They make only one change from that 2-all draw against Bangladesh. Ziad pulling off a stunning save, so he's the obvious pick. But as it so happens in football, it's the attackers who take away all the plaudits. And Zaki will continue with his rich reign of form from the last game. And he will relish the big stage once again. And this is the Bhutan lineup. Sonam Demdup makes one change either, and coming on the back of a 0-3 defeat to Bangladesh. Shirab comes in at centre-back. Sonam Doji has been left out, and the defence has a big task on hand, and they have faced a total of 8 shots, which has made it very difficult for them to keep a clean sheet. Rinzin Doji has done well in his advanced role. He is their biggest creative threat, apart from Wangchuk, of course, the attacker, who can pull out trick after trick from his bag. And Tenzin's power and thin lace crossing are always to score. The referee in charge of this game is Harish Kundu, supported by Prakash Bhujal and Shourab Hussain. The fourth official, Maharjan Nabindra. It's a perfect setting. Match number 5 coming your way, live and exclusive on the YouTube channel of Sportzworkz. They huddle up, Maldives and Bhutan, for the first time ever. They take on each other at the SAFF under 19 category. The Maldives will just try to build on from that second half's performance against Bangladesh. On the flip side, Bhutan, a win can take them into the knockout stage of the competition. They got to put the previous game's performance behind them and start afresh this evening. And now we are all set for kickoff here at the Golden Jubilee Stadium in Upia, Arunachal Pradesh. The SAFF Under 19 Championship 2025 for the first time ever in India. Harish Kundu, the senior man in charge of this needle game. A very familiar name in the Indian Super League. The referee Harish Kundu is warming up so as the players. The perfect weather conditions. It's been raining since the last couple of days. There's a cool breeze blowing from the southwest end of the stadium. And those grueling training sessions from Ahmed Shakir, the time-sensitive messages and this nervous miracle energy of qualification. They found a false gate that could power them not just to the knockouts but even a trophy. But on this evening of all evenings, once again they look to make a statement in today's chapter. It will be remembered for the relief but also for the euphoria on the pitch, if not on the dugout. A win will take Maldives level on points with Bangladesh. Bhutan can still make it to the semi-final with a victory. That takes them to 3 points. Will qualify being the group runners-up. They need a perfect start. They need to set an early space in this game. The Maldives attacking down the left. A foot in from Tandon Penja. Here is the goalkeeper, Tandon Penja, in between the sticks. He keeps his place. Just one change in the defense line with Shourab coming in place of Sonam Doji. That does allow freedom for Wangchuk to play slightly advanced, starting in midfield this evening. On the flip side, Maldives, they brought on Ahmed Arif on the right hand side of the defense, sacrificing Imtiaz from the last game. And the rest of the side remains unchanged. Zaki and Nasir both have interchanged position. The number 10 operating from the right hand side, the number 11 from the left. It's a 4-1-4-1 system from The tactician Sonam Demdup going with a 4-4-2 with Ham Tenzin and Dendup Shireen up top. Thinley and Keldon Doji will look to occupy the wide areas. Now Wangchuk, you do expect him to take up the defensive role. Will allow time and space for Rinjin Doji to play advance. And starting with the 4-4-2, it does revert to a 4-3-1-2 system, with the number 7 operating into that hole behind the two strikers up from. There's Doji. It doesn't find his teammate. It's well protected. Having more of the ball. And the visitors, they did start well against Bangladesh as well. But as the game progressed, took their foot off the pedal. Ended up losing 0-3. They got to take their chances. Shut up. They're trying to find Thinley. Closed down very quickly. The Maldives realizing that the first assignment will be to minimize the threat of the Bhutanese number 22. Eager to get on the ball. Getting involved right from the start. Just making himself available for the pass. Dendup sharing. This is Wangchuk, the defensive midfielder. He's got that ability to make loads of interception. Just sits in front of the back four, the protective screen, the single pivot. And for the Maldives team, they've got the lone front runner in Adzawaz. It does need more support from that midfield four. And now saw the gap and finding Zaki, who runs into a white shirt. It's Yonton who got into the way. And the number 10 was stopped on his tracks. Thinley using his hands, which went unnoticed from Harish Kundu. 5 minutes in, having Lions share of possession, Bhutan early doors. Thinley, still with Thinley, is blocked off. Shwadab sending in early, and the keeper just lets it run. Urgent beginning from Bhutan. The centre back just pushing up, trying to attack the penalty area. More of a hopeful ball forward. Ahmed Musa. Ahmed Muin loses out. Yonton just operating as a left full back in this game. I did play the last game as a centre back. Yugan Dorji, the captain, combining with a new partner. It's a new centre back pairing from Sonam Demdup. Was mentioning during the pre-match conference, it is a challenge not just for his players, for him as well, and having to do it with a victory can sometimes work as a blessing in disguise. A qualification with a draw can take a toll. Here is Bhutan, Tenzin. Tinley has got Arif ahead of him. Attempted shot is blocked. Rinzin Doji. The second ball falls to the team in red. Not the greatest of touches from Jawaz. Ahmed Muin. Let's see how he functions down the left hand side and how he links it up with Nasser Nasir. Free kick awarded to Maldives. Eliminated from the group stage in the first edition back in 2015. Finished at the bottom even in the second. And Bhutan lost to Pakistan in the semi-final, the best ever finish at the SAFF Under-19 Championship. Rashid. He's got a few big bodies inside the box to aim at. Goes directly for goal. Parried away by the goalkeeper. Blasting it over the top on the return. Ambitious try. Was a clever ball in from the captain. An even bounce right ahead of the keeper. But did well to punch it out of the danger zone. Safe start from Tandin Panjur. Goes for that crossfield ball. Oh, does well Tinley. Moving forward dangerously. A couple of players in red keeps him at check. And the move eventually foils. A good start from the Dragon Boys. Tenzin. Most of their moves are right-centric, committing more numbers on that region. Gets the better of his marker. Is Jawiz in a one-on-one situation. Draws a save off Tandin Panjur from a narrow angle. Capitalizing onto the mistake of the defender. And he was almost through on goal. Look at that, poor marking. Got ahead of his marker and almost through the legs of the goalkeeper, who does exceedingly well to get that vital touch. First proper scoring chance of this game. And against the run of play, Maldives almost punishing Bhutan. Tandin Panjur pulled off a couple of good saves against Bangladesh as well. Keeps his place, and that number is bound to increase as we inch closer to the India versus Nepal game. A wonderful initiative from the government of Arunachal Pradesh, from the Arunachal Football Association, in making sure this event happens here in the northeast for the very first time. This was the chance at Jawaz. Could have been the hero. And the wait prolongs for Maldives. A very young head coach, Sonam Demdup. He sound very confident during the press match interview. They're not going to give up without a fight. They're here to prove there are no pushovers. Back into the mix, chance for a header. Harmless in the end. The referee has blown the whistle for a foul. Tandin, Shiwang, Shredab, Yugan Doji and U-19 forms the defensive back four of Bhutan. Runs ahead of the player. A quick passing from Maldives. Zaki. Pursued by Keldon and Thinley. Loses track of the ball. U-19. This clip from behind is a free kick. The danger man in there, Thinley. Caught eyeballs against Bangladesh. He's got that ability to cut in from the left hand side onto his strong right foot and test the opposition goalkeeper from in and around that 25-yard zone. And options on both sides. Makes the wrong choice. Tandin Shiwang. The first quarter. Bhutan just trying to up the ante. Just trying to take the game by storm. The best scoring chance falling in favor of Maldives. They can hit them on the break. Jawaz is brought down right in the center circle. In a tussle with Rinzan Doji. Rashid. A very exciting player. The number 10 of Maldives. Very versatile attacker. Can operate down the wings. Comfortable playing central with the defenders on his shoulders. He's got tremendous potential when it comes to protecting the ball. A cheap free kick conceded by Bhutan. Ahmed Arif, a change in set piece taker. He will look to trouble Tandin Penja. Incoming towards Jawaz. Too high in the end. The semi-final lineups are going to be decided after the end of this match day. Javiz once more. Running out of support. Getting the ball clear, getting it away as far as possible. And now continuing with his run. It's Tenzin. Gets there with his pace. Attempted cross is blocked. will get another go at it, still fighting for it. The attack is still on though. Whistle blown by Harish Kundu in the end. Very quick on the transition. Ahmed Muin. Nothing constructive yet from Maldives. They need more creativity from that man, Ibrahim. He's just been wrestled back into his own territory, seizing possession with determination at the center circle. Zaki outnumbered, creates that 2v1 situation. No goals yet so far. The Maldives had a great chance to take the lead. The Bhutan keeper Tandon Penja got to be credited for making sure the scoreline doesn't change. The game yet to settle down. A slightly proactive approach from Bhutan. The Maldives are slightly conservative. They know even a point enough for them to make their way into the semi-final. The last match day of group games. We conclude with the India versus Nepal clash. The semi-finals coming up on the 16th. Both the semi-finals on the same day. And after a day's break, we come back on the 18th of May with the final. Six participating teams in this edition. A good communication. More of that is required. Yugen Doji just leaving it for his goalkeeper to collect. Despite having the pressure of Jawaz behind him, breathing down his neck. Tenzin, right from the edge, wrong foots his marker. Cannot get the ball across. Does win a corner for his efforts. Dendub sharing, look at that, away from one, a player arriving down the middle, putting his body right at the firing line. Rinzan Doji in corner duties. Rinzan plays it short, gets the return, angled in across, comfortably cleared. A few of the boys from this setup has the experience of playing in the Bhutan Premier League, the top tier domestic competition. That was a good looking move, a tad too heavy for Thinley to control. We've had plenty of goals. 12 in the first match day, 8 in the second. 20 goals from the first 2 match days. Just 5 goals per game on average. More number of final third entries from the Dragon Boys in the first quarter. The Maldives are just trying to match up in terms of those numbers. Now it's high towards Joeys. Runs away from him. He's drifting out wide. Zaki. Maldives have kept men wide to stretch the Bhutan defense. Deals well with the bounce. The breakaway move not allowed. Ranjan Doji. Tandin Shewong plays it back. And looks like a much better side. The organization much better compared to the opening game. It does take time for the players to settle down. It was the right move, in fact, from Sonam Demdup to give a start to Shurab. Elevated from the bench into the starting lineup. Now creating room for the cross, overplaying it slightly. They'll play out from the tight space. Players converging. Here comes Bhutan. Wangchuk wriggles out. A shot taken, deflection in the way. Tandin Shuang was interested. It's taken a nick of a red shirt. Wangchuk setting it up for the number 7. Back in once more. And the target was Doji, the captain. It's arriving towards the far post. And that's the idea, to sit back and hit Bhutan on the break. They're capable of launching quick counters down the middle and from the wide areas. You might expect Shamhan to shift across to create that overload in the advance area. Renzin and Wangchuk will remain compact and make sure there's no counter-attacking threat down the middle. You might expect them to take up those spaces or the wide areas in case the likes of Thinley and Keldon Doji are out of position. Bhutan been more purposeful. They apply a low block right from the start. Will there be any shift in approach from Ahmed Shakir? It's a lovely build-up. Tandin stopped on his tracks. Keldon picks the pocket of Wangchuk and doesn't get the ball in. A lack of elevation. Yonton might change that. It's a good looking ball. Excellent defending. Ahmed Musa. They will keep the attack on. Tinley. And a creative threat. He's got that ability to turn off pace. He can tear the opposition defense apart and operates just like a hot knife through butter. He's got that natural flair. Has a very bright future. Ranjan Doji taking up a lot of workload. Bhutan's midfield functioned pretty well. They looked very organized, trying to maintain the discipline in defense.
Okay, Miyata. Jahila, Amish.
Tandon Penja, the goalkeeper, searching for his first clean sheet. Made a very important block to deny Jawaz. Had that been on target, it could have been a different story altogether by now. Oh, taking the aerial route. Searching for that space in behind Ahmed Muin. Step over from Zaki. Zaki keeps going. Bulges onto Yonton. Obstruction foul, says Haris Kundu, and the yellow card comes out. In a lot of pain, the number 10. It was a cynical challenge from Yonton. And that is how Bhutan gonna play physical. And that's one way to deal with the opposition's ball player. Must have gotten used to by those kind of challenges by now, Zaki. Being the prime playmaker, you do expect the opposition to target you, to pinpoint you. Initiates most of the moves for Maldives. Rashid. A poor first touch. Attempt from distance once more. It's way over the top. That was wayward. Johnson. No breathing space. The Maldives growing into the game. And this is exactly how Bangladesh fought back against Bhutan in the last game. Against the run of play, they took the lead through Murshid Ali and never looked back since then. A slightly scattered approach from the island nation. A good exchange from Bhutan. Intricate passing, Tinley. Lost control. And a no-nonsense clearance. Only as far as Shedab, who puts it into the Maldivian territory. Rinzin, Wangchuk, just holding off one challenge. Taking up the right channel, chance for a header. Just kept out by Ziad. A lack of power, went for placement, were aiming for the bottom corner. And did keep the header on target. A good cross in from the right hand side. The player just shrugging off his marker. Another delivery, and this time the header is more of a shader and eventually trickles out for a throw-in. And the previous chance was palmed away by the goalkeeper. Both the teams with a shot on target each. Jonton. Bhutan have got more pace compared to Maldives, while they try to enter the final third. Look at that high press. They almost won it in the advanced area. That will be easily seen away. Asking for help of the keeper. Just foils under pressure. A decent rhythm. The Maldives, they won't mind as long as the scoreline stays this way. Bhutan, they need a goal. A crossfield ball. Zaki headed out, drops right on the edge. No chance to shoot. Bhutan can get away. Now carrying it forward. Keldon Doji. Zaki from the middle. I tried to measure the diagonal onto the path of Nasir. And once more, play has been stopped. Ahmed Chakir, he prefers this 4-1-4-1 formation. He was the assistant manager of Club Eagles, a top club that plays in the Maldives Domestic League. And back in 2016, he was the assistant manager. Worked under Oscar Bruzon. Tandin Penja. Has been called into action quite a few times in this half. Ziad just once coming to the rescue. Now the give and go didn't work. And the cohesiveness just went missing from Maldives gameplay. That tremendous ability to generate pace and take on players. Ranjan Doji. Jonton. Attack is on from Bhutan. Thinley. Ham Tenzin. Skips past a couple of challenges. Clever back heel. Shredab. Had decent height on that ball. And Ahmed Muheen holding up his ground. That's a clever pass. Wide away cross. Prompt clearance from the Maldives defense. And now digs it out wide. The Maldives have seen plenty of the ball the last 10 minutes. Let's see for how long they can keep hold of the ball. Oh, a trouble for Maldives. Almost suicidal mistake from the goalkeeper. And Ahmed Musa bailing out Ziad. Bhutan will try and keep up the heat. The previous incident. It was a great build-up. Nevertheless, it's 3-on-2. Closing down the shooting angle. Bangladesh are right on top of Group A with 4 points, a draw and a victory. Bhutan yet to open their account. Just a point on board for Maldives. That was wasteful. A regulation time of 5 minutes left in the first half. And nothing separating the two teams. They conceded late in the first 45 against Bangladesh. Let's see if the Dragon Boys can keep a clean slate. The recovery has been quick. They've addressed their mistakes, worked on it in the training session. Looks much more prepared for this contest. Could be a memorable victory if they can pull off a result here. Taking too much time on the ball. Jawaz just inviting that foul from Jonton. At the moment he gets to it, just protects the ball nicely, shields it well. The frequent stoppages in the first half. 3 set pieces already for Maldives, and none of them came to fruition. Just asking him to go out of the touchline for treatment. Maldives are down to 10 men for the time being. unreserved territory to watch the game, watching it right from the rooftop. Oh, good distance on that free kick. Somehow it's been kept out. It could have been a world-class goal had that went in. From almost 40 yards out, the keeper backtracking and manages to keep it away. Tandon Pencher. That was swirling in the air. Two shots on target from Maldives in this half. Just one from Bhutan. Might be another one. And it has nestled in. What a brilliant goal. Tenzin. Right at the end of the first half. Has put Bhutan in the lead for the very first time in this tournament. It's Hum Tenzin from distance. And it has beaten Zahran Ziad. The keeper doesn't deal with the ball. Eliminates one out of the equation. Look at that left footer. Excellent curl. Even the touch from Ziad wasn't enough from stopping the ball from going in. They conceded in the last game at the time embers of the first half. They scored one in this one. A great rectification. They've made amends. A win will take Bhutan close to Bangladesh in the points table, and they will eventually qualify if this ends this way, being the runners-up of this group. What a strong comeback after such a disappointing result against the Bangla Tigers. 4 minutes added on. Great cheer from the crowd. The goal scorer, Hum Tenzin.
There will be a minimum of 4 minutes of added time.
He's got that wonderful ability to read the game. Very aware of his surroundings. Zaki. And now Maldives trying to wipe off the lead. Tille. Can they find another? Right before the break. Oh, heavy pass. Dendup Shering was ahead of Tenzin. Ed Jawaz. They will now throw the kitchen sink at the Dragon Boys. Buys another free kick. Right at the closing stages of the first half, with just a minute and a half remaining. Ehsan Rashid on top of this free kick. And here comes the in-dipper, incredible height, but to no avail. Ahmed Musa was the target. The knee troubling him. And that's what Tandon Penja is trying to address to Harish Kundu. Bhutan will be extremely happy with the performance of this half. The Maldives are slightly rattled by that strike. Just knocking wind out of their sails. The referee checks his watch and blows the whistle for half time. Eventful half for the Dragon Boys as they breathe fire via their number 9, Tenzin. On the 43rd minute mark.
The half-time score is Maldives 0.
They made a bright start, Bhutan, but Maldives slowly and steadily creeped in. But that one attempt from distance proves to be the difference maker as we head into entertaining half of football so far. Bhutan scoring just at the stroke of half time. So psychologically they'll start the second half on a high. And Maldives will walk out once again in a certain swagger and a few miles. But there are 45 more minutes and they will hope they can spoil the party. It is time for the sailors to stand up and be counted against Sonam's Bhutan. They'll plan to bring in at some point, test his bench, bring in those options. You might see them take up a slightly defensive role now after scoring that goal in this half. The weather conditions makes it slightly difficult for Maldives. Bhutan have climatized very well. It will be a test of character and resilience for Maldives. These are two teams which have not held back in attack. They've not held back in defense. And I think tactically it's extremely interesting as how they'll go about in this half. Let's see what they can apply from what the coaches have told them. And so the second half begins at the Golden Jubilee Stadium. Will be a resounding result if Bhutan manages to make it to the semi-final from here on. Now the Maldives did look very strong on paper. Now Bhutan just nullifying it. With hard work. Here they come once more. Possession football. They do not want to concede possession. They stand in. And stand in once more. And the keeper grabs hold of it in the second time of asking. Ziad, who was ready. Stand in Shivong. Onto his left foot. And pulls the trigger. Wangchuk. Keldon Doji. Hassan Hamid and Ahmed Musa. A centre back pairing for Maldives. Bhutan have managed to go past them only once. They need to fire on all cylinders. At the same time, got to be careful. They try and not overcommit. Tenzin. And almost through the legs of Ahmed Arif. Ahmed Musa takes the aerial route. Mopped up nicely. Bhutan are very compact. They've held their shape pretty well. Just denying the spaces on the wings. Bhutan, the number 6 leaves it for Keldon Doji. That did travel a long way. A scuffed effort. Hassan Hamid plays it short with Ziad. Made one very good save in the first half. A Tandin Penja kept busy a couple of occasions. Coming to the rescue for Bhutan. Keldon. Taken off Thinley's feet. The Maldives against Bhutan. The fifth game of the SAFF Under-19 Championship 2025. Live and exclusive on the YouTube channel of Sportzworkz, the home of the SAFF Under-19 Championship. India against Nepal coming up next, right after this. It's going to be an evenly contested game. Rinjan Doji. Tendin Shuang. Tendin Shuang keeps going. A long clearance from the Maldives defense. Were completely scattered against Bangladesh as well in the first half. But they fought back strongly in the second, and especially after the inclusion of Anup, who scored the equalizer. And Ahmed Shakir will tactfully play his cards. Ahmed Muin had a decent game. Rashid crowding him out. The team in white. Nice 1-2. A cutout by Mohammad Shamhan. The 21st strike of this edition of the SAFF Under-19 Championship, coming off Tenzin in the first half. That was Bhutan's first goal of this edition. Still a lot of time left in this. They got to try and get in the second. Oh, great recovery. Tenzin from distance. This time it wasn't on target. They quickly get onto the feet of the defender in possession of the ball. There's that quick counter press, and Bhutan tries to place it towards the second post. What a chance, closing down right from the front. The Maldives are struggling. That's a nice battle. Keldon Doji against Ibrahim. They just need one goal to secure a place. And they might feel the heat as minutes tick by. Desperate for that equalizer. The first quarter of this half, very important. Clever touch. And looks slightly casual. Hum Tenzin right there. Time and again looking to combine with his strike partner Dendup Shering. Defending hasn't been easy, especially against those two. They didn't allow Ahmed Musa and Hassan Hamid to settle down. They kept them on their toes. Ranjan Toji taking it short, creating room for the cross. Right on the edge. Jantin thought about it, then leaves it with Wangchuk. He was interested and swings that left foot. Nice shimmy. Thought about a shot to the left back, then arranging it for Wangchuk. And the runners-up of this group will take on the champions of Group B, and vice versa. So the India versus Nepal game result can decide which team ends on top from Group B. Another delivery, a lack of height, jitters of the surface right onto the face of Wangchuk. Just covering it, appealing for an elbow. Some joy for these fans, a support for Bhutan. The big one gonna be Nepal versus India. The two South Asian giants will collide at this furnace. We're just a few hours away from kickoff. Saram Demdup masterminding this performance. They haven't buckled down under pressure, Bhutan, despite losing by a big margin against Bangladesh. On the flip side, Maldives, the momentum they gained through that second half performance against the Bangla Tigers, that didn't reflect in their gameplay. And the only thing consistent about them has been inconsistency. Good play from Rinzan Doji, and that's what he's known for. Excellent snatcher. It gets into the body of the attacker. Got to look towards the left. Chance for a shot and takes it. The angle was acute and Ziad had that covered. Change coming in. It's Nail Yusuf replacing Ibrahim.
Substitution for Maldives. Player number 16.
This was the previous chance
Ansam Ibrahim. Replaced
from a very
by
tight
player
angle.
number 21.
Tries his luck.
Nail Yusuf.
Wasn't even on target. They'll continue attacking Tandon Shuang. Very bold approach from Bhutan. Have decided to play just one way. Quickly off the blocks. They continue to maintain the same tempo from the first half. Losing his patience, Ahmed Shakir. At the hour mark, it's Maldives nil, Bhutan 1. The last 30 minutes gonna be season defining for these two teams. Nail Yusuf coming in for Ibrahim. The confirmation of the change right on top of the scoreboard. Hazan Rashid. He's got to take up that responsibility to make those movements from midfield. Comfortably gathered. Almost a practice for Tandon Penja. Oh, helps it on. Almost getting in behind. Hazan Ziad is putting that header away in the first half. Got beaten by that long ranger, which took a slight deflection as way in the way. Nice 1-2. Bhutan are pulling those off brilliantly. A quick passing build-up. Bhutan are making a change as well as Tandon Funcho, who will come on.
Substitution for Bhutan.
Tandon Funcho is on.
Replaced by player number 11, Tandon Funcho.
Trying to release Kelton from the left hand side. No joy yet for Maldives. Massive improvement from the Dragon boys. It's just working hard for one more goal, and that would eventually seal the fate of this game. They're putting in a lot of effort. He continues to play the same way. aggressive approach, and Maldives might not have expected that. And after the first goal, you do expect teams to sit back, especially in a game of this stature, which is a must-win contest. But they have decided to take the game to Maldives. Oh, that's a nice ball. Whipped down the middle. You've got to be careful. Leaving a lot of gaps. The Maldives defense. Wangchuk onto Rinzin. Wide on the far left. Cutting in Tille. And wins the free kick from a great area. Man with a tremendous potential. The shot was pulled. There's that tug from Ahmed Muin. This is the opportunity from dead ball to hurt Maldives for the second time. That would certainly put them under pressure even further. A training ground routine punched away by the goalkeeper. Just beaten away by Ziad. Look at that, went directly for goal. Came straight at the number 22 of Maldives, just feasting it away to safety. Wangchuk goes low, easily dealt with by the Maldives defense. And just by hosting this regional youth football tournament, Arunachal Pradesh is back in the map when it comes to football. They hosted the Santosh Trophy final rounds successfully last year. The public taking great interest in the sport from the region. Inducted a few youth development programs in the state. And the secretary of the Arunachal Football Association, Mr. Keeper Ajay, are doing very well in terms of developing the sport in this part of the country. They're getting great amount of help from the government as well. And the Chief Minister, Shri Pema Khanduji, mentioning the other day. And they've taken up quite a few initiatives to develop the game. Another long-range try. This time it went wide. Rinzin Doji quickly on the turn. And there it is, closing him down, coming in from the blind side. And the shot eventually wasn't in great control. Riding the challenges. Joy short-lived. It's Nasser. On to the number 6. Arif. Dropping to become the playmaker, Mohammad Shamhan. The Maldives have struggled to match up in midfield against Bhutan. It looks so sharp. Another ball in, this time it's low. It's still alive. Keeper gets a hand on that. And a whistle finally blown and given. It looks like signals for a corner. This was the chance. A toe poke from the near post. Wangchuk saved by Ziad. The signals for a corner. Delivered towards the back post and almost went in. Right at the nick of time. Clearing it out of the danger. Bhutan will come back with a lot of fire. So smooth during the transition. Completely free. U-19, that was going in. The captain Azan Rashid comes to the rescue. Tendub sharing. Attempted cross is blocked. They've dominated so far. 25 minutes of the second half. Looked a much better side, the Dragon Boys. And just after a Dre's break, they've gotten into the rhythm. And playing with a lot of positivity. Dorji drives it back post. Header comes in as well. Off the mark. That was a good delivery. Rinzan Dorji. Incredible height and distance. Just couldn't hit the target. And this man will be extremely happy. But the job still not done yet. Tries to play it through. Jawaz. Far ahead of the number 9. Does that with confidence. An off the ball incident. Which color it's gonna be? He's hurt his knee once more. And Harish Kundu will have a check. Yeah, that knee troubled him in the first half as well. Asking for the medical team. Have a word with Jawaz. That was quite unnecessary from the number 9. Frustration just creeping into the Maldives side. This was the incident. There's that slight tickle around the back. Make sure you do not forget to tune in for this mammoth clash. It's Nepal against India. 7:30 p.m. kickoff right after this, the second game of this day. And it is a big one. The South Asian derby. Nepal versus India. Facing off for the third time in the SAFF Under-19 Championship. They are watching this. The Nepal team. will be in action right after this. Both India and Nepal have qualified from Group B. Now it's all about who finishes on top of the group. Double change from Maldives. Ibrahim Mohammed coming on for Shamhan.
Substitution for Maldives. Player number 10, Idan Abraham Zaki, replaced by player number 12, Anur Abdullah. Player number 17.
And now this game has entered the last quarter.
Player number 7.
Oh, brings it down. Might break free. It's Jawaz, and he finds the corner. They are right back in this. Just one moment of magic moving forward. And the number 9 has done it this time. Jawaz with the equalizer. Lapses in concentration. And a fine finish. He's made redemption. As the build-up knocks it down, the number 7 takes it onto his stride and placing it into the bottom corner. Great combination between him and Ibrahim Mohammed, who comes off the bench and registers a goal contribution. And we are back on level terms. That goal from Tenzin cancelled out by Jawaz. Now which way this game gonna swing? Progress denied. This is something which I was mentioning. They just need one goal. Enough to get the job done. Tandin Funcho brought on in this half. Ibrahim Mohammed. What an inclusion. We saw Anuf making immediate impact in the last game against Bangladesh. One more chance, sat up nicely. Doesn't find the back of the net. It's Thinley this time. The best player in the field of play. That sat up nicely for the number 22. His side-footed attempt doesn't find a target. Bhutan now will go all out. They'll throw the kitchen sink at Maldives. Keldon Doji. And Maldives now will defend in numbers. The great Humine punctured by that strike. And the 22nd goal of this edition. Both the number 9s on the score sheet. A tactical ploy from Ahmed Shakir. And always refreshing when you've got subs making impact coming off the bench. Just happening in back-to-back games. Anup just came on against Bangladesh and changed the color and complexion. Ibrahim Mohammed on this occasion turned the table on its head. This was Bhutan strike on the 43rd minute via Tenzin. And this is how they took the lead after all their dominance in the first half, which was cancelled out by this goal. Getting in between a couple of white shirts. Just wrong footing in the Bhutan defence. Who wasn't aware of his surroundings, Yonton and Ayad Jawaz does what he does the best. Even on a working day, you do expect a huge turnout. But the national team will be in action. With the brand of football which India displayed against Sri Lanka, will certainly attract a lot of crowd in this one. Tandon Chuang. Shurab, the centre back. His first start was a decent one. But there is still time for Bhutan though. We are right at a very crucial juncture of this game. It can go anyway. Oh, lovely play. Excellent build-up. Almost making his way into the penalty area. Anuf Abdullah charging from the centre. That's a poor clearance. Chance for Maldives. And that has stayed out. The number 21, Yusuf, gets it in a great area. Had the time to move closer to the goal and decides to pull the trigger from there. Bhutan are just not panicking. Doji lost it. And now Maldives will look to burst forward. The intended target was at Jawaz. He's gotten into life in the second half. He didn't get the right supply in the first. He's asking for the stretcher. Harish Kundu. The player went down. The Maldives will try to slow down proceedings. They can even do it with this result. Now it's all about game management. The remaining minutes. We are hurtling closer towards this contest. Bhutan makes a change. It's Kinle Dorji. Sonam Demdup just playing his cards. Increasing the attacking option. The only way his side can do it is by getting in goals. He will buy some time, Ziad. One more change is Abdul Ghani. Just bringing on a defensive midfielder, shifting to a double pivot. Beautiful footwork. But the finishing in complete contrast to the work done before. Taking on a couple of white shirts, creating that shooting angle.
Substitution for Bhutan. Player number 12,
No distance on the goal kick.
replaced by
Jawaz
player
puts it through.
Kinle Dorji.
Getting numbers back. They quickly fall back. U-19 having a great game. He's limping slightly. Ahmed Arif. And now spreading it on the far left. Now the move doesn't come through. And that plan didn't work out for Bhutan. That's a nice steal. And not quite, says Harish Kundu, as he awards a free kick to Maldives. Time running away for Bhutan. Hazam
Substitution
Rashid.
for Maldives. Player number 14, Ahmad Mikya Muin.
Can he make an impact from this free kick?
Player number 20, Sauhan Abdul Ghani.
Came off the wall. A second time. A good looking ball. A foul on the keeper. They need to hurry things up. Time running away. And the second effort was better. Poor clearance. Still bobbing in the area. Tinley cleverly wins the corner. Can Bhutan restore the lead? A shot in the foot. Elaborate touch. Jawaz. Nasir. U-19. The cross comes in from the left hand side, brings it down nicely. Went down immediately. Easily cut out. Comes across the defender. Yugen Doji, the captain. Bhutan now just aiming to play direct. Mohammad Shakir, he knows it. Now it's all about maintaining the discipline. This is how cruel the game of football can be sometimes. The team which dominated the most of this game is now on the verge of getting eliminated from the championship. The yellow card incident. His jersey was held by Keldon Doji. Thinley twinkle-toed one. Additional time 6 minutes. Lifeline for Bhutan. Oh, with his feet. Confidently done by Ziad. They'll throw on everything. Oh, wasn't enough cover behind. Jawaz almost winning it. But this game has suddenly picked up an incredible tempo. Great pace. Bhutan now will look to attack in numbers. A faster movement of the ball from defense into the box. Clever back heel. Kinle Doji, the man. Shut up. Keldon. Wangchuk. Rinzin. Onto the left hand side. Thinley's cross. Shots for Bhutan. Deflection of a red shirt. A very vital one from Hassan Hamid. And Bhutan could have had the second. Could have been the winning goal from Tandon Funcho. What a vital block. Just cannot believe his luck, Hassan Hamid. Minutes tick by. Still about 4 minutes left. 240 seconds for the Dragon Boys to pull off a stunning result. Can they do the audacious from this corner? Rinzin Doji. Doji's delivery escapes a white shirt. Wins the second ball, the Dragon Boys. Here they come once more. Quickly hustled off. Gap has opened up. Chance here for Ibrahim Mohammed, and he wins it for Maldives. Right at the death. They left the back door open by overcommitting, and Maldives punishing them from being a goal down. A dramatic comeback against Bangladesh in the opening game, and they have done it again in the second half in this game as well. The super sub Ibrahim Mohammed, this time onto the score sheet, setting it up for Aida Jawaz for the equalizer, and now becomes the hero. 2 goal contributions, and Maldives have nicked it. They've got the insurance goal. They'll finish second from Group A. Jawiz saw the keeper off his line, tried to lob him and loses his foot in. Just about a minute left. Right from the jaws of defeat, Maldives, for the second time in this tournament, bouncing back in the second half. Now heading towards a victory. Can Bhutan at least end their campaign with a point on the board? And all those efforts went into vain. Still time for an equalizer. Cross comes in. Chance for the number 3, and he finds the net. Sherab, the centre back. There is still time to get the winner. It's never over till it's over. Drama right at the end. It's 2-all. It's been a great game of glory. Sherab finds the back of the net. What a hit. Look at that. Impeccable placement. And Ziad couldn't even react. Maldives on the attack. Might be the closing shot. Ibrahim Mohammed sets it up. Is still alive. And off the feet of Tandin Panjur. More drama. It's all happening here at the Golden Jubilee Stadium. What a great chance. Had two red shirts to aim at. On the rebound, Ibrahim Mohammed laying it off nicely. Plays it square. They will hold on now. Might be one last attack for Bhutan. Not allowed by Maldives. And there's the full-time whistle. And so Bhutan knocked out of the competition. The Maldives level on points with Bangladesh after this win, as they secure a place into the semi-final. 11, which was blocked off. Had a free run, capitalizing onto the defensive error. Ibrahim Mohammed getting there with pace and putting it past the keeper to make it 2-1. And this was straight up. Shown great scoring trade, the centre back, to make it 2-all. And they had a chance, Maldives, to settle the score. And the goalkeeper with a very important block with his feet. So at full time, it's Maldives under 19 2, Bhutan under 19 2. We'll come back shortly with the next game where India gonna be up against Nepal. Stay tuned, we'll join you right after the break.